back to the Nina Air Show.
Excellent.
And because it's Valentine's, we're going to give me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. So I'm your host Nina Air, and of course we're back with another episode but the same husband. So welcome back to the show. Awesome. So if you've been watching, you would have noticed that we've talked about how we met, where we met, and we would have shared a different process. So today we want to talk in this video. By the time you see this video, it should be just after Valentine's. I think Valentine's is a Saturday, and I'm going to be showing this video on the Sunday. So when we ended the part 3, I think that was part 2, because we're going to have that in, no, but we're going to split that video because it's a bit longer. So when we ended that previous video, you mentioned that you wanted to discuss something in that video.
Yes, I really wanted to share on the process that God takes us through.
Yes.
Now, one of the things I wanted to understand is that there are definite laws that govern every aspect of life. And the reason why we have laws is so that life can be predictable and you can predict your outcomes. So you can say, if you use the law of lift and thrust, you'd overcome the law of gravity and fly.
Yes.
Okay. So God gave us laws so men can determine the outcome of their lives.
Yes.
Okay. And if you understand the laws of a particular arena of life, and you use them, you're called wise in that area.
Okay.
Okay. Now, there are 3 major laws that need to come together in terms of the act of choosing.
Yes.
Or how God connects people. So we have the law of the voice of God. We have the law of romantic agape.
We have to write these guys.
And then the third law is the law of configuration. Now, as I said, God could initiate it through His voice. Like, God spoke to me in my heart.
Yes.
Okay, so the voice of God is what actually activated me. With my wife, was it God's voice first, or was it the romantic agape first?
For me, I would say it was romantic agape first.
Okay.
Yes.
So now, we're seeing now, okay, different
Approaches of God's voice or direction.
combinations. So you can have 2 people in which both of them are brought together by God's voice.
Yes.
So the man gets God's voice, the woman gets God's voice. Then you can have another couple in which both are initially brought together by the law of what? Romantic agape. Then you can have one in which it's either or. One gets God's voice, one gets romantic agape. One gets romantic agape, one gets God's voice. But in the end, they both need to hear what? God's voice and have romantic agape.
Absolutely.
Now God's voice and God's romantic agape, those are God's part. But we then have a part. So when a person hears God's voice and romantic agape has been formed in them, they need to respond to that by adapting themselves through a process to their spouse.
What do you think, though, can cause folks not to respond to either one of which you just shared? What can be some of the blockages and hindrances in
number
us?
one. Okay, number one is an image of the spouse they thought they would get.
That's right. That's why I asked.
Which actually becomes a blocker.
That's right.
There are people who have romantic aspirations that are just not realistic.
That's right.
I've seen men who are on the scale of, I believe everybody that God made is good looking.
Yes, of course.
But there's some people who have the gift of beauty.
Yes.
Okay, so you have a person who on the scale of A to C, and C is their C.
Yes.
Okay? and they aspire for a woman that is A+. I mean, you understand what I'm saying?
I do.
Or you see a woman who is C-, aspiring for a man that is what? A++. It's like,
but what would cause that though? Is it the image that you have of yourself?
It's the image, it's images.
Because it can't just be external. It got to be how you see yourself.
So,
maybe you just see yourself as
so people
more
are just
than,
not practical. So,
yeah.
so the people, they have images on the inside of them that are just not practical.
Yeah.
And so you have images of what they feel their spouse should look like.
Yes. I mean, I've been there, so I know.
Yes,
Of course.
yes. So you have the image, and so that is, and the image could not just be physical appearance.
Yeah.
The image could be in terms of maturity.
Yes.
It could be in terms of spirituality, because I was a bishop, and I thought that if God is going to give me a spouse, He'll give me a woman who already is in the ministry, understands ministry, and is already flowing in that. God did not give me that. He gave me a woman who didn't know anything about ministry.
Not at all.
So I had to quickly change that image, or that image could have become a what? An obstacle.
Definitely.
You understand? So we have images that we have on the inside of us that are born from our experience, from TV, from and then we even have, so that's one images. Then you have the second one, which is even worse. The worst is, at least there are people who have one image, but then there are people who actually, they've had many different relationships, and so they take the body of Angela with the humor of
Betty,
with the smile of Simone.
Okay, Simone, that's a good
Yes,
one.
and the energy and the cooking of Janet.
Wow.
So they combine all of these, and they're looking for it in a woman.
One person.
That's madness.
One person.
But people do unrealistic things because they don't understand laws.
Yes.
Okay, they don't really understand laws. And
but babes, I say all of that because, you know, I really want people to really like follow along what we're saying and be helped as well. I say all of that. Some of us, like take for example, when we met, I was not like, I mean, rate my cooking, I was not like high at all, still not.
Yes.
But of course you love my cooking, but I'm saying outside of that, I'm not like a great cook. I'm great at making sandwiches and salads. I mean, let's just face it. Okay, but I was able to, like some people, like I would say that to you and that was not like a big deal because of course I was upfront, like listen, I'm not like somebody who is in the kitchen, I'm no chef, okay?
Yes.
But some people would think, oh well, this woman can't cook so she can't be the one.
Understand.
And it's not like I couldn't cook, I didn't think that I was like great at cooking. It's not one of my, you know, skills, high level skills. Some people would say, oh, this woman can't cook so this could not be the one. I mean, simple things like that because, as you said, they take from Jennifer and Betty and Simone and put it all together. But in this package, and it's so, God is so amazing because you love your tummy, you love food. You are, as you said, you are a self-proclaimed foodie.
Yes.
Yet God gave you a wife who was not. I'm a foodie too, but in that moment you met me, I had like to go to my mom's house to eat and to dine out.
Yes.
Yet I was able to conform.
You're able to configure yourself.
To configure myself.
Yes.
I was able to configure myself to, you know, to that, I would say.
Yes.
And I mean, it's not like on a high level, but I do it without murmuring.
Yes, understand.
It wasn't always like that. And of course, as I said, it's a journey that we're on. But to show you how it's a process, because in the beginning, I used to murmur. I used to be like, I can't believe I'm cooking, you know, but I never thought, why did God give me a man who like to cook, who like food and I don't know? Yes. I always thought to myself, eventually we will have somebody who's going to do the cooking. So quickly though, the Holy Spirit was able to let me know, don't do it with murmur. Yes. And I was able to let go of that. Yes, and now I sometimes joyfully, can't say all the time, because when you don't like something, you really don't like it. Yes. But sometimes joyfully we'll cook and have definitely gotten better at it. Yes, I think I've gotten better at it.
Your food is very good.
So that was just like a small thing, but it's a good example.
Yes. I think it's a very good example because, that's the third thing. Because the the first is a wrong image.
Yes.
The second is comparison.
Yes.
With former relationships. The third is not knowing that you have to configure.
Yes.
There's no spouse that you'll get that you don't have to configure.
Absolutely.
That you don't have to adapt yourself.
Absolutely.
You're going to have to adapt to live with that person.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, and it's going to require you change.
Yes.
So
lots of change.
So configuration means it's the change required for the relationship to work. You will not be able to make a relationship work and stay the same.
No, it will not.
Okay, so there are things like you had to change, and because you were not a bishop's wife, you were not a bishop's girlfriend, and so you had to adapt to the lifestyle of being a bishop's wife. Now, there are things that you as somebody who at home, you like teamwork. I love teamwork. I am not used to that.
No, you're not.
Because the romantic relationship.
My husband loves to be catered to.
Yes.
Yes, it's true.
It's true.
Yes, it's true.
It's true.
You love to be catered to
Absolutely.
in every possible way.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I'm like, this woman you marry, let's do it, babe. Let's do it together.
Yes.
It's more fun.
Yes.
He's looking at me like, fun? What is this woman talking about?
Yes.
I want to read the Bible.
Yes.
I want to study the Word.
Yes.
I want to get this service done.
Yes,
And I'm like,
yes.
but babe.
Yes, yes. And
but now you help.
Yes.
Yes.
And it's actually because now I had a very long relationship before.
Yes.
I mean, for 18 years.
Yes.
And for 18 years, the person I actually had the relationship with did not want me to help.
Right.
They wanted to do it actually by themselves.
Yes.
So I got used to that. So now I go into another relationship, and what I'm used to is not what she wants.
Through the door,
I have to go
man.
out of the window.
Get it out of here.
I have to change and adapt to that. So example, with her, give a practical example. She used to go to church on Sunday, and sometimes during the week. But now,
you mean previously?
Yeah.
No,
previously.
it was only on Sundays.
On Sundays.
Only
so
on Sundays.
now she's gonna get married to a bishop, and we don't just do church on Sunday. We do church on Wednesday. We do church on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
I'm churched up.
You understand that?
I was never churched up before. Yes. No, churched up.
You understand that?
What is this?
Yes,
No.
You understand? So so she had to willingly and joyfully adapt.
Yes.
Now, if she had said, "I know you're my husband, but I'm not going to adapt," know what will happen?
Problems.
It will create a major problem.
Yes.
We will not become one.
No.
So both male and female, have to adapt and configure themselves and change and glue onto their new spouse.
Yes.
That is major.
Yes,
if that does not happen, what God has done by giving His voice, what God has done by releasing His romantic agape, if man does not respond to it and embrace it and say, this is the woman for me, this is the man for me, I'm going to make the changes, okay, to have this relationship in destiny, know what happened? You would actually become a roadblock to that relationship. Yes. And what God has ordained would be affected and will come to zero because you're not willing to adapt. So these three things are essential to take a relationship forward. There has to be a response from you.
Yes. What would you say then? I think, I could be wrong, you correct me if I'm wrong. So I'm being corrected right here. Okay. What would you say is, for me, I would think to myself, like one of the things that you really had to adapt to, where I'm concerned, was my personality. Because would you say then it's my personality?
I would say
personality in the sense
Yeah.
That we are so different in terms of personality.
I wouldn't say it's personality.
Not personality.
Actually,
Okay.
No, I wouldn't say it's actual personality. I had to adapt to, because your gift and your personality are two opposites.
Yes. So I guess that's the point I wanted to make.
Yes, so I had to really that, because my wife's gift is very dramatic. It's dramatic. It is also
more dramatic than yours.
I think so.
No.
Okay. It's actually very dramatic, and it is also, she's a spiritual warfare prophet. So it is combative. It's dealing with the forces of darkness. So I mean, that's her gift. Now, in contrast, her person is very gentle. So her gift and her person are really two opposite sides.
Yes, and it's a good point. I want to stop you there for a moment. We know, and we've shared this before in some of our videos, that a husband is a cultivator.
Yes.
Okay, as you express with Adam and the garden.
Yes.
And a husband is a cultivator. So take for example a man marrying a woman like myself, not knowing this, even though they're divinely connected, and they not recognizing that they're the cultivator, and they can actually cultivate. And because you helped me to understand, what I'm saying is that you helped me to understand that the time back in the day when you did not quite understand, my wife could be so gentle, but yet the tone of voice I had, sometimes my demeanor was contradictory to the loving wife and the sweet person that would go and buy you sweet things, prepare sweet meals, say sweet things, and just be really sweet to you generally. Yet there are times when it would be like this contrast, and you helped me to recognize, and there are people who did not understand that about me as well. I mean, I didn't myself. So you helped me to understand there are these two sides. Okay, you have to know how to manage this side, which is the combative side, which is your gifts, and you have to know how to manage this side, which is this, the soft and gentle wifely type of side, so that the two doesn't cross like this, and then you have problems, because this one is your ministry, this is what you do. It's not, this one is how you operate with the husband, people, and so forth. Sometimes I have cross wires. And the Holy Spirit would often give me visions of cross wires. I never understood at the time. And as I grew, and as you helped me as well, you were able to help cultivate that in me. So how challenging, or how, not challenging is not the word, but how necessary is it for a husband to understand that he is the cultivator of the wife?
That is absolutely critical. Now, we have shared the process by which God brings two people together.
Yes.
We have not shared who these people are supposed to be to each other.
Yes.
Now, the word husband is an agricultural word. It's a word that describes a function. Now, a man is a husband before he's your husband.
Okay.
So a man is what? Your husband. A man is a husband before he's your husband. The word husband is a word that means a cultivator. It means a gardener. Now, a woman can marry a man, and he has the title of husband, but he doesn't have the ability to husband. It's why the Bible says in John chapter 15, Jesus said, I am the vine, and my Father is what? The husbandman. So my Father is the cultivator. So the word husband means a man who cultivates the best out of a woman. A man who creates a greenhouse, an environment for a woman to excel. So a man should never marry a woman that he doesn't have the ability or the wisdom to cultivate.
Wow.
You see, so a man can have a good woman, but he doesn't know how to bring the best out of her. Okay?
And do you think that's the reason why a lot of people, even divine relationships, give up, or sometimes they scatter?
Yeah, because they then grow themselves, or perhaps they don't even understand.
That's what I mean.
I'm supposed to cultivate this person.
I think a lot of men
and they
just
find
don't
fault
know.
in that.
That's it.
And they find fault in the woman instead of cultivating the woman.
That's right.
And because they're looking, okay, woman, you are for me. but they don't understand. Yes, the woman is for you, but you're also for her.
Yes.
So they're more thinking of what the woman brings to them,
Yes.
not what they bring to the woman.
That's right.
You understand? So because you to the woman, you're supposed to cultivate the woman, and the woman to you, she's supposed to help you, because God said, like He spoke to Adam, He says, "I'll make you a helper,
Yes.
comparable to you." Right. So a woman is a helper. So a woman is actually supposed to help a man and give him wings.
Yes.
Not every woman can help every man.
Yes.
There are women that do not have the ability to help me.
That's right.
But you are divinely, genetically engineered and equipped to help me. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Amen. Okay, and He said we do so. So you have those two things, and so there is a benefit that a husband has to a wife.
Yes.
And there's a benefit that a wife has to a husband. And if a man understands that, he understands, I'm here to do what? Cultivate.
Yes.
And the woman knows, I'm here to help.
Yes.
Okay, so that's key. And for me, I knew, because I understand that, I knew that it was my responsibility to cultivate you.
Yes.
Right? And I later, finally, I later understood, because I always wondered, what did it mean when it says, husbands love your wives as Christ loved the church? And I finally understood that it meant that Jesus went to the cross for the church. So it means that the husband, in cultivating the wife, should be willing to cultivate the wife even to the crucifying of his flesh.
Yes. That is really powerful.
So the husband should be willing to crucify his flesh so that his wife would be cultivated.
Yes.
That's the kill something in him for his wife to be cultivated. Right? And the wife, in submitting to her husband, she submits to the mission and assignment of the husband and takes her strength and helps that husband under his mission. And so that's key in terms of bringing a actual balanced understanding to this.
There's always a battle and conversations around submission. What are your points and your take on submission?
Okay.
Because we always have a lot of
yes.
people say, "Oh, I'm submitting to nobody."
Okay.
I think it's a lack of understanding, but I know you have.
It's a lack of understanding by both men and women.
Yes.
If you are not submissive, if you're not a submissive person, you'll most likely be fired from every job or end up in jail.
Wow.
Very
This is the first time you're sharing it like this, by the way.
Yes.
This is divine.
Yes.
Because you've shared it, I know it, but I've never heard it like this.
Yes.
You guys, I mean, I have to bring you on the Linear show for you to share it like this.
Yes.
What is that?
Yes.
And guys, this is the difference of personality. This is my husband, as you see him here,
Yes.
and this is my personality as well. In this medium, I would say. Yes?
That's right. So, the jail is full of unsubmissive people. It's where most of them are.
Yes.
Many times the people who are fired from jobs, that's unsubmissive people too. Now, what does it mean? It means that every environment has an authority that's over it.
Yes.
Okay, so if you go into the environment of a plane, the highest authority is the pilot. You are subject to the authority of that.
Yes.
So if you go to a plane and you say, let's leave now. If you don't leave now, curse you out. They will throw you out of the plane. Because you are what? Under the authority of what? The pilot. Okay? If you go to hospital, you're under the authority of the doctors that are there. Under the authority of the nurse. Okay, so every environment you go, you're under authority. Now, you can have an environment where you are in authority. But when you go into another environment, you come what? Under authority. Now, what it's saying is that in the environment of a family, the authority in that is who?
Husband.
The husband.
Yes.
So the husband is the authority.
Yes.
But let me give an example. The husband is the authority in the environment of the family. Now, I am doing an actual video with you.
Yes.
And the video is done by Nina Air Productions.
Yes.
When I'm doing a video with you, in this environment, you are the authority.
Yes.
I'm not the authority here.
Yes.
Because I don't even have the knowledge or experience to be the authority in this environment. Absolutely. Okay, so my wife is the authority here. So in this
I'm the
environment,
authority here. You hear that?
yes.
Good.
So,
I am the authority here.
so in this environment,
yes.
I have to do what? I have to submit to her.
Yeah.
Because and I have to submit to her in her role
Yes.
as the media leader of Nina Air Productions. Okay. Now, so when we now go to the home environment, in the home environment and the family environment, the husband is the authority there.
Absolutely.
And so that's really what it means.
Yes.
So it deals with submitting to the authority. Now, the authority of the husband does not have authority in all dimensions of your life. Example, if you go to work, if you were working, and you went to work at an engineering firm, and the boss said, I want you to send this email out. You said, hold on, I need to check to my husband first if I can send the email. You get fired or you'll be sent to the mental asylum because your husband does not have authority at your job. Are you with me? So your husband does not have authority in every area of your life. Your husband does not have authority over your destiny.
Yes.
Okay? So if the Lord says, okay, get up and pray, if the Lord says, I want you to do this, your husband does not have authority over the will of God for your life.
Absolutely.
Your husband has authority in the realm of what? The family. So that's important to understand. Now, in that environment, the husband leads, and the job of the husband is to set vision, to set direction, to guard and to protect, and to cultivate his home and his family. And so in a broad sense, that's what authority means.
That's really good. I love that you share that. We don't really have a lot more time to share. I can see my battery is blinking red already, but that was really good what you shared, and I really appreciate that. You touched on submission and authority in the home. We have so many other questions, but of course my husband is going to be back. We just wanted for you to at least, meet him and gain some of his wisdom, have some of his wisdom be imparted to you like it has been imparted to me and has affected and impacted my life tremendously. So really, I think we may be able to ask one question from here. Let me just check quickly. No, I won't be able to ask anything from here. This is like a whole other segment by itself. Okay. But I think it's really profound what you share, and I'm really thankful for that. Our stories, just to me, I mean, so many love stories are unique. Obviously, ours fit into that category of unique. In our next video, we will share on how to really understand it from your spirit. When God gives you something, spirit, how to protect it. How to protect it. I think a lot of people don't know how to protect something that's divine. So in one of our other videos, we will share how to protect your divine relationship. So look forward to that video. God bless you guys, and if you're watching this just after Valentine's, which you probably should, happy Valentine's to you. Happy Valentine's Day to you.
Amen.
And
happy Valentine's Day. Well, yes. Now, God wants you to have romantic, life-giving relationships. But in order for you to do that, you have to understand His laws. Study His laws, because His laws are given so that you can have responsibility for your success. And so learn His laws, apply His laws, and blossom in your romantic life. Love you. Bye-bye.
That was really sweet. So, as you know, this is a new show. We have to end like the Nina Air. Excellence is a choice in all you do. Aim for
excellence.
And because it's Valentine's, you got to give me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 kisses. 1. God bless you guys.